15 minutes there?
Last 15 minutes, they straight up just made more plays than we did. It's not like we were in terrible spots throughout the game. It's not like they were just beating us terribly, but they were just making plays on the ball that we weren't. And that's kind of what you saw happen in that fourth quarter. They were just going up and getting it, and they're out physicaling us on some of them, and we just got to step up and make those plays.
How much does a game like that challenge your ability to move on, and how do you guys focus on just moving on because you got another task this week?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely a challenging task, especially right after, your mind goes all sorts of places. But then you have to remember, you still got 5 weeks left in the season. All these games completely winnable for this team, and I 100% believe that. So, I mean, you have whatever it is, your 24 hours to reflect on the loss and look back at what happened, but then it's time to move on, especially coming from spots where F and I are as captains. You can't dwell on something like that because it starts spreading to the other guys on the team. So you got to have, you got to be able to move on quick and move on to the next opponent, which is Weber, and that's what we're focused on now.
Yeah, and in your time here, you guys have played some great games with Weber. I mean, right down to the end, and it kind of feels like this one might be another one of those. Just what goes into when two teams have such great matchups year in and year out?
I mean, we know Weber, they play us hard every year. We haven't beat them, I think, since it was 2016. So we know they're coming in here and they're going to give us their best shot. And last time we played them on the red, they beat us back in, I think it was 21 or whatever that was. But we know they're going to come in and give us their best shot, and that's exactly what we're going to give them. And I have the utmost confidence in the guys on this team to prepare the right way and prepare for a team that's going to come in and have a slugfest with us.
When you go through something like Saturday and you head into this week, is it kind of like you guys are really itching to get out there as fast as you can and kind of erase that memory?
Absolutely. I mean, you always want to look back to see what went wrong, but at the end of the day, we're going to practice Monday no matter what. If we win that game, you lose the game, you're going to practice on Monday. So that's where you're going to have to put that message out. It's time, like, we got to move on. You start dwelling on things in the past, and that starts carrying over into practices. All of a sudden, it carries over into the next week's game. So the message is just attacking this week with everything we got. I mean, we came out yesterday, had a great practice. All of us were flying around. Communication was good, but now we just have to stack days on top of one another.
And, being 2-4, with how good you guys have played, it just seems almost unfair. But, you mentioned all of these games ahead of you now, and they're all winnable. Just kind of what's the mindset, especially as captains of this team, that you're trying to impart going forward?
I mean, 100%. I mean, that's the game of football. I mean, you're going to have games that are just, it's just how it goes sometimes. I mean, that's the beauty of this game. And someone wins every week, someone loses every week, and you may not come out on top, but these next 5 games, it's one at a time. You can't look ahead to what we got after this, or Portland State, Montana State, Cal Poly. So you can't. Right now, it's focused on Weber and Weber only, and that's how you win these last 5 games. Is you take it week by week and you focus on that opponent with everything you have, which is what we've been doing all season. But now it's just time for us to go and finish a game.
Weber's dropped a couple in a row, but looking at them on tape, what jumps out to you? What do they do well?
I mean, they're physical offensively. They have a big O-line that wants to move you off the ball. They want to get their run game going. So we know a challenge that we have, especially front 7, was stopping that run game and then making them throw the ball. But, I mean, it's a good team coming in here. I mean, the Big Sky overall this year is everyone's got a good team. So we're not overlooking anyone by any means.